Salish Synergy is a super exciting project that brings communities together across borders to not only help remove materials from very remote locations around the state of Washington, but then to also work with other companies such as Net Your Problem and Ocean Legacy that then take these materials and work together to really start creating solutions for the end of life and better management of those materials.
Able to help these kind of cleanup groups find a better option for disposing of their stuff that they collect on the beaches rather than just throwing it in a dumpster and it going to the landfill.
Our program really is focused on four main components that comprise of education, policy, infrastructure, and cleanup.
Our first recycling effort consisted of working with Olympic National Park and dedicated volunteers to remove the large cache of marine debris found within the coastal wilderness at South Sandpoint. Hiking in and camping near the cache, it took 3 people 2 days to sort and dry out the debris to ready it for the removal. 17 people hiked 164 miles over 41 trips in 3 days to remove the significant pile of marine debris. From the cache, we found 83 hard plastic buoys, styrofoam and foam floats, nets and ropes, plastic pieces, bottles and totes, and 424 single-use plastic bottles. Only 46 pounds of the cache was landfilled, the rest recycled through the effort. Many thanks to Olympic National Park, Twin Harbors Waterkeeper, and all the dedicated volunteers who worked hard to contribute to this arduous undertaking. While we were thrilled to have been able to recycle 1,677 pounds of marine debris in the spring of 2022 pilot recycling effort, it made us realize that we needed large amounts of known debris to trigger another successful recycling effort. While there is certainly no shortage of debris out there, the main issue was accessing the volume needed to trigger the recycling effort. Planning is already underway to continue similar efforts within the coastal wilderness of Olympic National Park. In an effort to meet the volume needs and to provide a location for dedicated volunteers to drop the recyclable materials they collected over winter, we provided 2 storage units adjacent to northern coast beaches that contributed to the marine debris recycling effort in 2023.
Looking good. People did good recycling.
Washington Coast Cleanup Weekend 2023 kicked off with a busy schedule planned, working with Net Your Problem to pick up marine debris to be recycled with Ocean Legacy Foundation around the Olympic Peninsula. This effort included sorting the material collected to be sure that we were following the number 1 rule of recycling right. The marine debris collected for the weekend's recycling effort was from beaches that include Macaw Tribal Beaches, Shai, Ozette, Western Strait Beaches, Oil City, and Port Townsend area cleanup events. We also collected the overwinter storage materials to add to the effort. After a long, rainy weekend gathering marine debris along the Olympic Peninsula, we were pleased to have increased our recycling weights by 54%, collecting 2,583 pounds of marine debris thanks to dedicated volunteers, the Macaw Tribe, the Mountaineers, Olympic Coast National Marine Sanctuary, Olympic Peninsula Chapter of Surfrider, Lions Clubs International, Washington Alpine Club, and the Port Townsend Marine Science Center.
These ones came from clusters of oysters that had the line still in there. They put the oyster cluster in a cluster buster, this machine that they developed, so it breaks up the clusters and they pick the ropes out.
Cluster buster.
Yeah.
That
Then
is
they
cool.
rinsed the ropes and then put them in a bag and sent them here.
Grant partners Twin Harbors Waterkeeper and Surfrider Foundation, along with other organizations like the Grays Harbor Stream Team, collected 800 pounds of yellow ropes to contribute to the recycling effort through the fall 2021 cleanups. Once the ropes were pelletized, they were delivered to Western Washington University Engineering and Design Department students to produce the crab calipers from the mold they had created for the purpose of the project.
This is our facility now that we've been building for years, and gives us in-house processing capacity to take polypropylene and polyethylene resins, and then by the end of this year we'll be processing nylons, and then repelletizes them in-house. So we will source, separate these materials based on their resin codes. We also have electronic instrumentation that we use to help discern what those resin codes are.
We are very excited to have been able to recycle 10,460 pounds of marine debris through the Salish Synergy cross-border debris removal and recycling project that would have otherwise been landfilled.
So we're really excited to be here in Canada with our recycling partner and all the other funders and participants of this Salish Synergy project that is coming to a close, but we think demonstrated a lot of successful ways that we can keep stuff out of the landfill.